Sorry, miss, I was late because hello.
Amal and Aline Salman, this is grade 4 science session. Okay?
Yes.
Hi, Jude.
Sorry, I was late.
You're not late. You just started. You're not late. It's at 4 o'clock.
Because the net was not good.
Not late. At 3, I have grade 3A science class. And now it's grade 4 science class. So let me take the attendance now. Rawat Farhan is here. Who is Lana? Mean Lana? Lana Najdi? Is this you? Lana Najdi, is this you? Who is Raru? Mean Raru? Mean Lana? Lana, you need to connect the audio. Lana, please, there is a button on the bottom of the page. Please press on it so you can connect the audio. You'll not hear me and you cannot talk to me this way. You need to press the audio button. Which مين علي حمود؟ يلا هلا عمود. Okay. علي حمود 4B. Okay, hi علي حمود. أي هو الجريتست؟
No, I can hear you.
حمود, which class are you? يلا سيركل. Least cross out. What? لا least what? علي حمود.
Yes.
Which class are you?
I'm 4A.
Yeah. Okay, yes. Ali. Okay, is this noise coming from Amir's house? Okay, so the lesson was so easy. It's about a new kind of plant. But before we start, I will unmute all of you. But please, you cannot give any answer. You cannot give any answer without permission. Hi, Ali. Yeah, Ali Fawaz, let's start with this. What is one kind of plant that reproduces by seed? What is one kind of plant that reproduces by growing seeds? So, Ali Fawaz, which kind of plants reproduce by making seeds? I cannot hear you, Ya Ali. You need to connect the audio. Yalla, Ya Jude. This question is for you, Ya Jude. Give me one kind of plant that reproduce by making seeds, by growing seeds. Conifers, thank you. Bravo, Ya Jude. Conifers reproduce by making seeds. Hassan Sabra, what is another kind of plant that reproduce by making seeds? Where is conifers? غير الكونيفرز يا حسن. غير الكونيفرز. شو ألين and أمل؟ Aline and Amal, what is a type of plant that reproduces by making seeds? غير الconifers. أمير. شو أمير؟ Some plants reproduce by making seeds. And the conifers make seeds. And مين كمان؟
Flowering plants.
Flowering plants. برافو يا ألين. So, flowering plants, look right here. Flowering plants grow seeds in their flowers. Pollen must move from the stem to the stigma.
Miss, the internet is not too good.
And when pollen meets the ovule, we will have a seed. Conifers also reproduce by making seeds. Pollen must move from the pollen to the seed cone. And this happens with the help of twins, with the pollinators. But then the seed cones will hold the seeds, which are the babies. What about mosses? Mosses are soft plants. They don't have true stems. They don't have true roots. They don't have true leaves. And how do they reproduce? Do they make seeds to reproduce? Do mosses grow seeds to reproduce?
No.
No. What do they grow? What do they make? What do mosses make to reproduce? What do they grow?
Mushroom or not?
What do they make?
Seeds. Poison mushroom.
No, they don't make seeds. They make spores.
Poison mushroom.
They make spores. They make small things in their bodies called the spores. When these spores leave the plant, leave the moss plant, and find a good place to grow in, it will grow into a new moss plant. This also happens in fern plants. In fern plants. Fern plants have leaves, and these leaves are made of fronds. On the back side of the frond, on the back side, we can see the spores. فينا نشوف the spores. Spores are these. When these spores leave the plant and find a good place to live in, they will grow into a new fern plant. And let me talk also about mushrooms. Since mushrooms also reproduce by spores, what is the difference between mushrooms and ferns and mosses?
Mushroom.
Miss, the point that are the leaf or spores.
Are mushrooms plants? Are mushrooms plants مثل المosses
No.
No. Mushrooms or fungi are not plants.
No.
Mushrooms or fungi are not plants.
Fungi.
Yeah, this question is for all of you. What do we call this part?
Okay.
What do we call this part? The upper part. Yeah. What do we call the inside? Inside.
Inside. Gills.
Miss.
What about stem? What about stem of the mushroom? What about about the stem of the mushroom? What do we call it? What do we call the stem of the mushroom? Style. Thank you. We call it style. The roots of the mushroom, what do we call them? What do we call the roots of mushrooms? Roots of mushrooms, what are they called? Do we call the roots of the mushroom mycelial? Mycelial? Right. We call them mycelial threads.
Can I tell you something?
Yes, yeah, Mary.
This mushroom the organization. And
Kenna, let's start solving the worksheet. Let's start
And
solving the worksheet. Yes, Yara. Yes, Yara.
I just started the screen right now.
It's okay. It's okay. We said nothing. We just said. Jamea, listen to me. Listen to me. I'm not going to mute you. If it's noisy around you, if the house is noisy, please mute yourselves. You are bothering others. Muhammad Ali Hamoud, mute yourself. There is lots of noise coming your side. Next up. Mary, come in. Please mute yourself. Okay, it's better this way. Hala, when there is a question that you want to answer, you can unmute yourself. Okay? Then you have to mute. There is lots of noise coming your side. Okay? Yara, I will repeat. We didn't say lots of things. We said no conifers and flowering plants make seeds. There is noise coming from. Let me see.
Miss,
Yes, Yara.
I heard that
Okay.
games that the fern plant when you touch
Conifers and
closes.
flowering plants reproduce by making seeds. Mosses and ferns don't make seeds at all. They grow spores. They make spores. Spores are small organisms, microorganisms that are made by the plant. And when they fly, when they leave the plant and find a good place, they will grow into a new moss plant or a new fern plant, according to the type of the plant. Okay? What about mushrooms? Mushrooms can reproduce by making spores. But something which is very, very, very important, and no, mushrooms are not plants. Mushrooms are fungi, مش plants. They reproduce by making spores, but fungi are fungi. مثل في عندي people لحال, animals هن كمان group لحال, plants group لحال, في عندي كمان fungi. Okay? Fungi is a group of organisms that is special than others. They are not plants. Fungi are fungi and they use spores to reproduce. Okay? So let's start solving the worksheet. Hala. When I call your name, you can answer. There is noise coming from somewhere. يمكن ألين وأمل because you're sitting next to each other. I can hear my voice. So mute yourself, miss, please. The death cap is a deadly poisonous fungus. This toxic mushroom resembles several edible species commonly consumed by humans, increasing the risk of accidental poisoning. Muhammad Ali Hamoud, you will be, I will remove points for you, from you if you keep acting this way. Don't send messages to the chat, please. Ali Fawaz كمان. Ali Fawaz ومحمد Ali Hamoud. Stop doing this. The death cap is a deadly fungus. It looks like some edible mushrooms. And it has a transparent spores that look like eggs. يلا يا حسن. لا حسن I chose him. لا علي جباعي. يلا علي جباعي.
Yes.
Indicate
Yes.
how
Can you
death
hear me?
caps reproduce.
They reproduce using spores.
Excellent. Death caps reproduce using spores. Perfect. Thank you. يلا رواد فران. رواد فران. Give the name of part A. Yara Safiya Din, don't write on the screen.
Part A.
Part A.
Gills.
Gills. Excellent, ya Rawad. So we have a point for Jba'i and a point for Farhan. What about ya Noor? Noor, are you here? Noor hon? Noor? Ali Nasir.
Stop.
Yalla Ali Nasir al-Din. What about part B?
What can I be?
Give the name of part B, ya Ali Nasir al-Din. For Nancy. So this question is for Nancy and Ali Nasir al-Din. B is what?
Miss, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
What is part B?
Miss, can you reread the question because I didn't hear it was freezing.
عم قول part B. شو اسمه؟ B شو اسمه؟
Miss, can I answer? Miss. First can you
يلا يا أمل.
write A?
Amal, what is this? B is what? Style. This style. Thank you. Style. طيب. Why we shouldn't pick mushrooms by ourselves? Why we should not pick mushrooms by
Can I
ourselves?
say it?
Who is this?
Can I answer?
يلا يا جود.
Miss, can I answer?
يلا جود. Jude wants to talk.
Because sometimes the mushroom can be the poisonous.
Okay, perfect. Because, yes, Yara. Bravo يا جود. 2 points. Yes, Yara. طيب yes, Aline.
Toxic mushroom Listen, Kale.
I can't hear you, Habibi, because I'm hearing your voice twice. Sit in a room different than the one that Ahmed is sitting in, because I can't hear you. So like Jude said, some mushrooms look like edible mushrooms, but they are deadly and poisonous. So we should not pick them.
Miss, someone is writing on screen.
By ourselves. And I can tell you who. By ourselves. Yalla, second question. Yalla ya Amir. The blue milk mushroom is a pretty mushroom. It is edible. It has a cup and stem. And it's not the only edible blue mushroom. The blowet is blue and is edible. Annotate Halla. What is this part?
This cap.
Cap. Bravo. This is the cap. Yalla Lana. Lana hon. Lana. طيب علي حمود.
Yes.
Ali Hamoud, what do we call this part?
Miss, the screen is not coming on my iPad.
Okay. Okay, so what do we call the body? The body of the mushroom? The line.
Gill.
No, not the gill. Yara, will you help me with this?
Yeah.
Stipe. Thank you. Bravo, Ali Hamoud. This is the stipe. Bravo. Okay, what about this part, ya Muhammad Ali? Muhammad Ali, what about this part?
Gill.
Gill. Bravo. Bravo, ya Muhammad. Okay, is this mushroom poisonous? شو حسن صبرا? Is the blue milk mushroom poisonous? شو حسن? No, it's not poisonous.
No.
ليه؟
No, because it's not poisonous. It's pretty and it's not the only edible blue mushroom.
Excellent. Bravo. So,
Miss Fatima.
this fungus, wait a minute. This fungus is not poisonous.
Miss Fatima.
This is an edible mushroom.
And it have vitamins.
With this is an edible, tasty mushroom. لازم أقول tasty edible mushroom.
Miss.
Yes, Sarah.
Miss, and it also gives us vitamins. I know.
Yes. Mushrooms are very good for us. They provide us with minerals and vitamins. Yes, miss.
Can we, because it's pretty tasty and edible.
Yes, that's right. Bravo, Yara. So death caps are poisonous mushrooms, but they have a cap, gills, hive, and mycelial threads. Bluet, blue milk mushrooms, عندهم tab, scarf, gills, and mycelial threads. And they are edible. They are actually they are tasty. Let's finish with the last question now.
Our special group.
What is an example of seed plants? يعني plants that were produced by making seeds. Shown in the figure. Conifers. Conifers. Okay. هني أصلاً two seed plants. عندي examples of seed plants. Conifers.
محمد.
Okay. Bravo يا محمد. Conifers and flowering plants. Conifers and flowering plants reproduce by growing or by making seeds. They reproduce by making seeds. Okay? Ferns and mosses, here they didn't put mosses plants. They only mentioned ferns. Ferns and mosses are plants that reproduce by spores. What is an example of non-seed plants? Yeah, ferns, bravo, ferns. Fern plants. What is letter A pointing to? What are these found on the back side of a frond? يلا يا نور هلا شفتك.
Spores.
شو يا نور? What do we call these small
Spores.
points
Can I
on the back side of the frond?
Spores.
Yes, what are these guys?
Spores.
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 On spores. Okay. This. This is a frond. It's a frond. This leaflet. هيدي leaflet اسمها frond. On the back side of the frond, we can see small points. These small points are the spores that help the fern plant reproduce. What about B? Who is the B? What
Seed. Seed.
This is a seed.
Seed.
A seed. Okay. This is a seed. The seed grows into a new plant. This plant grows flowers. Flowers will make seeds. Flowers will make seeds, and then these seeds will grow again into a new plant. Okay? And that's it. Do you still have any questions about the lesson or the worksheet?
Miss?
Yes, Yara.
Is it true that when you touch the film, it closes? Teacher, can I leave?
I don't know. We must
No,
try.
there's no question.
Do you still have any questions about the lesson?
No. No.
Bye-bye. If you still have any questions, send me private messages on my number, okay? You all have my number. Yeah.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.